Hi.
Okay, it's working now. Okay,
Nice.
so I see that from the last time you did change up your masteries and your runes. So I'm just
Yes.
doing the OPGG. I downloaded the replay, but I haven't actually like opened it yet. Um,
Okay.
I'm liking the build. Yep, exactly what he's doing. So you're running the same runes too, and I like that because he's running the whole attack speed thing. He doesn't really like the whole because of the changes to the animation. He doesn't like the whole uh, attack damage on reds, so he runs attack speed reds. If I'm not mistaken, that was the name of the that was the account. Let's see, I named that you guys GG. It was I want my cigar. We're just gonna double check if you got the same one. Like you ran the same thing. So yeah, it's basically the same. 4 on this, 1 on this for the extra system.
Yes,
Yep,
I copied the build.
everything. Good, good, good. That's exactly what we need. Okay, so now it's all about like execution. Let's see what you did like in the game. So I'm assuming, fuck, come on, work. Okay, I'm assuming that like when we talked last time, it was, I told you to start invading more, right? Like,
Yes,
yeah. Did you?
that's correct.
Let's see if you actually like follow through. Come on, load. Tell me what side we're on. It'll automatically tell me what side we're on.
On what do you mean?
Oh, what side? We're on blue side.
Blue side, yes.
So that means that Zach is a jungler that he can start in 2 different areas. We're gonna hide the fog of war so we don't know where the enemies are. But anyway, we could we would he can start red, raptors, then red, and then go to his blue, then gank for a longer lasting blue, or he can gank with a longer lasting red. Zach doesn't has a really weird clear pattern, but it always never hurts to invade. So let's start. Press O. See the scoreboard. We're gonna go here, and we're gonna see where you go. A little late, but it's fine. It's not like it changes anything.
Yeah, my team was invading. At that point, I thought if I should invade red or first do my clear and then invade red.
No, okay. So the thing with your invasion plan, like that, is what happens is if you end up invading with your team, you gotta do something about it. Otherwise, this is what we call a distraction, right? Like you could use this as a way of forcing the enemy team. So let's say, oh, the minions already spawned, so this is kind of late. But basically, you would force the enemy mid laner and the bot lane to respond to their invade, right? And then that means that there's no way that there's any contention here. The only thing, because you know their jungler just showed here by seeing him, right? So he has to start
Yeah.
here. So this means that if you went to his red right away, it would have been taken for free. Because you know their mid laner has to walk around this half of the map right here. Because he's like, oh shit, there might be an invade because he sees these two at Cho'Gath, right? So the enemy mid laner Victor would be responding. So if I unlock Fog of War, so he's here no matter what. See? So you know that for a fact that all the players will hover on this half of the map, this little section, all on the blue side, which means that there's no red side defense. And it's rarely unlikely that like, oh shit, they're all coming here, because they're gonna assume that you're with them, but you're not. You should be in here. So that's free. Then you take this for free, because Zach's clear is a little slow, so you could take this, then this, because he's usually gonna take these two, then he's gonna go over here. So you take these two, and then you go back and you do a full clear, and you're good to go. Like yeah,
Yeah.
that was your advantage right there. Yeah, you're doing really good with that. Keep that up. I like the practice that you put into it. Yep.
Yeah, there's a video of Tarzan set with the full clear without using a pot, so I practiced that
Yes,
a couple of times.
it's the best way to play Graves. Like honestly, like you just kind of shove it. You kind of just have to drag it to the corners and then just pull it backwards. For red buff, you kind of drag it out and back in and stuff like that. It's really weird, but it's good way to practice. Yes. Good. Like, it's okay if you have to use a pot. Just like your goal is to preserve as many of those as possible. Now, remember when I told you the Graves player? What he does is a little bit different. He doesn't run refillable pot like at all.
Mhm.
He buys it later. The reason why is because he knows how to clear so well. Obviously, he's got like 900 games on Graves, right? So he clears it
Yeah.
so well that he doesn't even buy pots at the beginning. He buys a control ward because he's always prone to invade. Obviously, you shouldn't do that if you have to use a pot. He buys this with a red one and one pot. Okay, this is really risky.
Mm.
So you have your trinket ward. What I would do is, as I'm checking this, place a ward here, just like right here, before you even face check it, because he might be inside it. Let's see what you do. Okay, you're gonna face check it. This won't be risky. And oh, okay. So this is where it gets even harder. You have two options. Okay, you have three options. Option one, you just do it right now. Pull it into this area and just do it, and then use the plant to run. Option two, you go over here and wait. Option three, you ward this and then do it, because he will come through here right now. Like, this is the biggest risk right here. Because the reason why I said this is risky walking this way is because he might be kiting the raptors this way. Like, you know how you're supposed to kite raptors, like, in between this little section right here?
Yeah.
He might kite raptors left, then right, then left, because he's Zac, or he just tanks it, I don't know. But the right thing to do is to pull it to the left, then pull it to the right, then pull it back forward, and you don't take that much damage from them. But by pulling it to the left and you walking through here, he will see you. And he didn't see you. So you have a chance of getting spotted. The thing you could do is you could ward here, but he might already be there. So what we're going to do now is we're going to play it through, and then I'll backspace it. Let's see what you do. Okay, so you're just going to do it. And you pull it. Good, 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 good. Yes. So you took option one, which is pull it inside. Okay, good, good. Gotta do it fast. Oh, so you have this ward. You saw him. You press tab right away, right? Like, as soon as you see him, you press tab. You check how much CS he has. Look, he has 4. This means that
Yeah.
he's either going for a level 2 gank, which means that he should be leveling up his jump, or he's going to invade your raptors. You should ping this immediately. You remember, you don't need to look at your camps. Like, I'm sure you don't need to, because if you saw him here, right, in the map, you can dash forward. You can dash back into vision. Like, you can go over here now, because if you keep going this way, you're gonna get, it's gonna reset. So you can go this way and just move your camera to this side and watch what's happening here. Ping a shit ton. Hey, missing, danger, danger, because he might be ganking or he might be invading. You don't know what he's gonna do, because based on the way he's walking, he looks like he's actually gonna gank, because this guy's really low. Because remember what I said about ganks, that you come in to take them when they're free. So he just comes by, jumps, smacks, this guy flashes on him, and he's done. Because Timo has no flash, so he's gonna die if he gets spotted. So we're gonna see what he does, because you shouldn't be needing to look at what you do. And if you see him here and you press tab, you notice he has 4 CS. You know what I need to tell you. You don't need me to tell you what to do after, right? Like, let's see if you do it. So he's walking. looks like he's committing. This is a committed gank. All right. Well, okay. This is really fucking obvious now. So all Timo has to do is walk this way. Or walk this way. The better option would be to walk up. Okay, so this guy's gonna stop. So you take this for free. Did you smite it? I don't know if you did or not. What you should do... oh, wow. Okay. Oh, shit. This is broken, by the way. Maokai support. Fuck, what's more value? Actually, you know what? Yeah, go for it. I want to see you get it. She has flash, though. Just keep that in mind. It's not free if she has flash, but you could try. Oh, fucking A. Oh! Nah, okay, good try. Wait, no. Oh, wait, are you gonna do what I think you're gonna do? No! No, you didn't do it! Okay, then, whoa, what the fuck? That was a really fast walk. How did fuck did he... Oh, he must have just... Okay, let me see. What did he... while I was looking at that, so he just shows up mid, and then he just walks over here, and then he walks back here. Okay, never mind that. I thought he, like, jumped over here, and then just, like, walked the fuck over here. Okay. So, what you could have done is... Yeah, you could go for the kill. If you're gonna go for the kill, though, like, you gotta do it fast. Like, I think that what you could have done right there is, you obviously have to time the flash. And because she has no flash, you should gank again. But what else you could do is you could auto Q auto as fast as possible, and then just get out of there. Like, you can see, you could get with stormraiders, you have the ability to chase them. So if you get enough damage off, you could actually chase her down through the tower. Just pray to God, obviously, that you don't get stunned. So it's really risky, but like I would have gone for it. Oh my God, these ganks are free. You should have come. You should have moved up a little bit more though, because now he has a bigger window to escape. Come on, get that stormraiders proc. Oh, what the fuck? You didn't deal damage fast enough. You have to deal damage fast enough for it to proc. It's not like it's Thunderlords where you just get free poke. It's not like Thunderlords isn't worth it as much. Like only on mages right now it's kind of worth on dev junglers. Okay, so we're just gonna do a full clear. So you could have taken his Raptors without problems. Like there was a gank opportunity up here, and you got the flash. I mean that's fine. The gank opportunity mid was missed though, because he's at full HP. Okay, alright. This is free for you too. Like, he has no flash if you watch the lane, but also there's a lot of minions here. This is more valuable. This is more valuable. You can't get that. You could, like, okay, so if you flash, auto Q, and then dash forward, it's still not enough. He has a way to trade with you. He can just Q and negate some of the damage, and that's not worth it. So just push this lane instead. This way that, like, you know, when it shoves into he gets all this CS, but it's better than leaving it, because it's gonna be in his favor like twice as much if you leave it. Try not to do crab as much. You still have your Raptors and your Krugs up. You haven't done those yet. This is free. It's just Nami, but if she keeps going, she's done. Oh my God. Yes. Oh. That's gonna have to be a reactionary thing. Oh, okay, you're pretty sick. Alright, that's pretty cool. Alright, I like that. I like that. I like that you just flash queued. Yeah, so like when the bubble came, your dash should have been used immediately, not like any like later, because that was like a forced flash on your part because you didn't react fast enough to it. But like you did get the kill. The thing you didn't do after is this wave, because now it's gonna slow push in their favor, which means that like we're gonna pause it and we're gonna view where Tristana is. She's right here. So what she's gonna do is she's gonna show up and she has all these creeps right here to snag, like up to this many, because you know her passive might kill some of them on accident or something. But you have to shove the lane after you gank it, because first of all it's Graves. He needs all the farms because he's a marksman. Second, you deny all these creeps as much as possible. Like it'll get to the tower sooner, so she gets to the tower and then she just starts auto attacking the shit by it, right? And then like it's the fact that it's under tower, because the tower will help deny the creeps, because if she last hits this one, then all these gets like, you know, really low HP, and she either last hits this one or last hits this one, so she can lose creeps because she shoves it into the tower. Like you'll give her less creeps, and you get a ton of EXP and gold, and you use flash for it, so you might as well make it worth your while. So you can't just leave lanes, like you did it with top lane too, and you know that top laner has teleport, so you either force her to walk back into lane or you force her to burn your teleport, therefore giving your top laner teleport advantage. Even though he might not use it to TP down because he might not see an opportunity or he's just blind, you should still force their teleport, because then they don't have it. Because then the enemy team will play more scared because they feel the teleport. Fuck. You're out of mana, this is fine. You should be buying, like, your warriors. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, alright. So, as soon as you have warriors and, cleaver, or death stance, I think, you can solo the drag, but right now is not the good time to solo the drag, no. Like, you should only solo drag if, you actually have the opportunity to, like, set up for it. It's not very easy to do, but it is a possibility. Just saying, especially if it's Infernal. Ooh, this is it. She has jump though, just saying. Snare. Okay, that's fine. If you're gonna smoke screen, you should smoke screen beforehand, because then it's harder for her to get out of the thing.
Can she jump on the smoke screen or not?
Yeah, she can jump. It's just that she doesn't know if she's touching the wall or not, you know? Like, because like, I can't see the fucking floor when you're in the smoke screen. So like she has to like, shit, am I close enough to the wall? She has a chance to fail her jump. So you should do it as soon as possible. Remember that your smoke screen isn't a way to deal damage. It's just a blind vision. This is actually not risky at all. If you bought a control ward, you didn't have enough gold for it, but if you bought a control ward, it would have been possible right here, just saying. It's still free as fuck though. If you're gonna do it, you should move down this way. Down this way. See, the reason why is because Victor's here. So if you drag yourself down this way, you have a chance to just walk over the wall. fuck these guys. Just don't walk over the wall, dude. Ooh, that was really close. That's really bad if you missed it. Like a bubble or something steals it.
Yeah.
Just get into your jungle. Like, there's no need to fight. Really no need to fight. It's because ADC was coming back. I mean, this is good. It's one auto. Fucking hell, man. You fucking suck. Teemo. Just gotta right click the guy. God damn it, dude. And then just farm your jungle. You didn't. Did you? I don't think you did your raptors in your first initial clear. So you've missed some of your camps, which means that because you're level 5, I'm sure that you missed some of your camps. These should be level 2. I can't tell what level they are actually. It doesn't tell me. But actually, if these spawn and they have more HP, then yeah, they're higher level. But you shouldn't have missed this. And you can't just leave them because now if you don't clear up, there's okay. You better clear it. Clear it. Good job. Yes. Yeah. See, they're dying really fast. So like, they must be level 2. So what happens is you don't get that much EXP. Like your EXP bar didn't even go up that much because they're under leveled creeps, and you get less of because the level difference between them is so high. You kind of miss out on EXP. Like that's why the full clear is so important. Your goal is to get big with items, right? And then you just out jungle the enemy jungler by like destroying their backline. Because like as soon as you get items, you can fuck anybody up. Nobody can like duel you if you play it right, you know? And nobody can outrun you because you have stormraiders and dashes. So like your goal is to hit level 13 so that you have double dash, or you have dash and a lot of cooldown, and then with hitting level 13, you have all your abilities all your main damage abilities that like really mean something maxed. This is really dangerous. He starts walking back. Yeah. Just take the creeps. Don't let farm go wasted like this though. Like you can't just let it get denied under the tower. Everything is you. You're a greedy jungler. Like when you came up top, you're still under that category of the same thing as last time. When you make a gank happen, right? You don't just push the lane, but like you let the laner have control. That you don't need him to do anything, to be honest. Like this is your town, you know? Like fuck this shit. So that should be warriors. Costs 400 plus like 200. Either that or it's an extra 1,000. Not sure. I know you need 400 for this, yeah. And then you should just, if you can't buy anything else, just get a control word. It's 525. Yeah, alright. It's not worth it to wait the gold. If you actually did your wolves or cleared like 2 creeps in the mid lane, you could have gotten your warriors 100%, by the way. Like, that's just doing the math on it. I'm sure that's what would have actually happened. So that's why it's important to get the creeps. It's also important to get the creeps because, again, you get levels, you get EXP, but it's mostly about your gold. You just need a certain amount of gold, and you're done. Which is why you have to be really greedy. Oh, are you gonna push this wave? Fuck yeah, you are. Oh yeah. Push it all the way to the tower. And then when you shove it to the tower, if you don't see any gank opportunities, rip mid lane, rip top lane. Alright, shove it to the... Oh god, you slow pushed it again. I was gonna say shove it to the tower, start fucking up the tower, then take the next way. Oh, okay, never mind. Alright, you're alright. Well, never mind, it was a prank. This is awkward. You haven't done your Krugs for a bit. You haven't done your wolves for a bit either. This is a really awkward gank. Like this isn't gonna work very well. You can't come into a lane to poke because that's a waste of your time. Because now look, this is a lot of lane pressure on him. You have to help him push out the lane, but it's still not worth it. It's more important to farm on Graves right now. Because looking at the level disparity, you're 35 CS. This is the same problem we had last time. Your CS count is really low. Your aggression is different. Like you start ganking more and shit, but like the more you gank, it seems like the more you drop farm. And when you do gank, you don't farm like afterwards either, because you need to like to push. Again, his CS count has to be really high. Okay, let's see. That yeah, it's gonna hurt. Yeah, it's gonna hurt. So they have 1, 2, 3 magic damage dealers and like 2 physical. This one's the strongest physical. This one's all magic. I think a maw would be pretty good in this game. I think
Yes, at that moment I was thinking on the mall. Yeah.
yeah, I think it'd be fine. Like that stance would be your substitution with cleaver. And then afterwards a maul would be fine. Yeah, see. So under these circumstances, another thing that you can look at is Graves doesn't need to gank at all, like ever. But you gank by indirectly fucking over their jungler. So we're gonna look at each of our lanes, right? We have Vayne, Maokai. Maokai's a strong laner. Vayne's a weak laner. We're gonna look at the opposing laners. Nami's an average laner, and Tristana's an average laner. But this is a weak laner, so they can punish her. Just because this champion is a strong laner doesn't mean it makes up for the weakness of this lane. So bot lane is basically fairly even unless she takes a negative trade. Top lane, Cho'Gath is not a strong laner. Poppy is not a strong laner. She's like an average laner. Cho is not really an average laner. They kind of just don't have to die. So this top lane is basically shit. If someone ganks them, it's kind of awkward. Teemo is not so great of a laner against Victor. Victor's kind of like a medium, sometimes strong laner. But if you don't have a single strong lane, then invading would be kind of tough. If you have at least one strong lane, invade towards that side. Your goal is to prevent the jungler, aka Zac, from actually ganking at all. That's what your goal as Graves is. That's why the whole farming thing, because like if you farm your jungle, then obviously like yeah, you can keep farming your jungle. But what does that mean if you can't do anything with it? Well, go farm their jungle. Fuck them up. Prevent them from farming, you know? Like just don't let them do their shit. Like if you go into their jungle and just start taking their shit like those raptors or that red buff that you did earlier, but mostly the raptors, maybe even his Krugs, he comes back after a failed gank mid. Remember that he failed that gank mid because he got nothing out of it. He just showed up. Oh, it seems that there's nothing here. And then just left, right? Yeah, so like you could easily take his entire jungle and then you could have come out with 1 plus 1 more plus 3 more. So you'd be at 22 CS. You literally have done a full clear. Insane. No, you'd be at 21 CS, but then you do crab for 22. And then you do a gromp. Like it's pretty insane. Oh, this is free as fuck. Use your smite to take the last hit. Oh my gosh, he lives. Oh, you don't have smite. Okay, that's cool too. And I like how he just jumped over the wall. What you should do in here is there's nothing in his jungle to take. Just pressure the tower. What Drake is it? Mountain? No, it's Cloud. Either way, you still have to take the free Drake. Might as well. It's more like this isn't in our favor of anything. Normally you'd push the lane. I like that. You should have killed it sooner. If you had a trinket ward, which you didn't, if you had a trinket ward, you just place it in here, just start hitting every single one of them. Just don't be afraid to burn all your mana. You have blue buff, or if he transferred it to you, then it's still fucking free. You get it back. I would prefer if you guys did Drake, but Maokai's kind of low, but that doesn't really matter. Teemo's putting pressure in mid lane. I mean, he died. Oh, don't stand near him. Yeah, you guys can't get this, see? She clears too fast with her E. So I think you guys, yeah, should have done the Drake. Maokai's low, but when I saw Teemo putting pressure up on Victor here, it means that Victor can't really come back. Okay, so Victor died. This is pretty funny. Not anymore. Face. Oh, cancel teleport. No, it's a Victor teleport. No, never mind. You're fine. But she's out of mana. You can't fight if your laners are out of mana, to be honest. What you should have done is, again, this dragon was free, then you could have just gone back into your jungle. With blue buff, you have an easier clear, so you got a ton of CS. Like, right now, you're even in levels, but remember that catch-up EXP is more important right about now, because that shit's broken. So, I think that you should have just taken the drag, done your jungle, then come and ganked. Because, like, your Vayne is kind of useless. Not because she's Vayne, but because she's out of mana. So she's just a big creep. She can't tumble. If she could tumble, she would. But she can't. Tristana has jump. Yep, there it is. So this is important. Nice. Okay. So they take the dragon as a result, which means that your rotations are going to be a little bit slower now. That's really bad. So you should have taken it for free. In fact, at this point, you're close to being able to solo. Well, if you had blue, you could actually solo it. So I think that you could have soloed it. If you soloed it, it would have been a lot more, you would have generated a lot more pressure for your team had you just gone and soloed it. Simply because you're in the jungle. Because when you solo it, you're also going to stack up your E. And then you come into the lane, you have like full E, you're super fucking tanky, and then they're like, oh shit, I can't kill you. And then, again, the longer you take to clear your jungle, the more behind you actually become. These jungle camps, like, I don't think you've ever cleared your gromp. If you have, then you have, but, the longer you take to clear these camps, the more behind you become. Because like, yeah, just because you're clearing them, you get the gold for them and shit. But that doesn't mean anything because they're also under leveled.
Like, get me this as an early birthday gift. I was thinking about these two doggos. Hi Ariel, hi Aksha. I did not say it as
Okay. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh jeez. Oh yeah. You also backed in an extremely long. Remember when you came down bottom? When I said you should have done a full clear, you should have backed after.
literally
Like straight.
religious, not religious, but I've dedicated so many hours
That Victor was so strong
that
at that point.
for a dog, like looking for the right dog because I really want a dog and I think a dog would like honestly just benefit, like we would benefit each other. What's the exact date? June 26th. Cheery. I'm not gonna name my
Yeah. Well, the thing is, okay, you have Death Stance, but you shouldn't ignore your core just because you have enough money to buy the Death Stance. Because while your Death Stance is super good, I think you shouldn't ignore your warrior. It's kind of weird for me to say that, but your core is just as important. Ward that bush, and back up. Back. Yeah, smoke screen. Smoke the teleport zone.
I don't know. I'm like so overwhelmed right now. You don't understand. I really want
Good job.
from Morocco.
So what you should be doing here is you shouldn't be chasing, to be honest. Like, this is a little bit aggressive. The reason why is because you can chase, right? But he still just presses one button and the whole wave is gone. This wave is gone. You can counteract it, yeah. But look how long it's gonna take for you to get here. You have nothing to take on this map. This tower, yeah, it's worth it, but like you don't really. Okay, you have to kill him if you want to win. He's your win condition. If you kill him, it's over. Because this laser right here is the reason why you need to win. If he dies, your probability of winning is higher. Like a team fight. Take the tower, go. Okay, you're okay. Yep, recall. To be honest, you have 2 stacks of refill. Oh, you're out actually. I was gonna say if you have stacks of refillable pot or smite, just go back into your jungle, clear it ASAP, and then go base. But do you have warriors? No, you don't. You're just going for merch res. That's fine. Just go straight for the whole merch res. To be honest, yeah, that's fine. Because now it's too late for me to change your core, obviously. But you just gotta.
Yes. You know what? I didn't buy the warrior till the end of the match. I don't know why.
I have to go meet the dogs and fall in love with them. And then
I forgot to finish the jungle item.
Yeah, you need to finish the jungle item.
Yeah.
I was just saying, like, that's what I mean by a core. Like, you have
Yes,
to have certain items. Like, I love that you itemize your boots properly based on the strongest threat of their team. Oh, okay. Just kill the herald. No, kill the herald. Oh, okay, it inted. Yeah, that's fine. I forgot about it. You can't let that go away because it does a lot of damage to your time. I mean, like, it's not much now, but like, you know the power of herald, right? Like, you played music, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes. What do you think about that call on the Baron? Because I saw that Nami was recalling, both top and jungle were dead, so...
Is this your control word? I don't think that's
Yeah.
your control word. Oh,
I
it
know. Yes.
Is this okay? So if you're gonna do the Baron call, here, you need to know if Baron is like the thing is that's an extreme. Look at your mana though. You can't clear Baron with this much mana. You gotta keep dashing, otherwise you're gonna die.
Okay.
You're gonna well you're not gonna die, but you're gonna take so much damage that when they do respawn, remember that Victor is still alive. If they do respawn, you're gonna get fucked. Like he EQRs you and you die. If he doesn't EQR you, he EQRs someone else, like Teemo, Maokai, Cho'Gath. So therefore you don't have tanks to tank the Baron, and then you get even worse. So no, it's not a good call. Even if 5 people were there and you guys are all full HP, full mana, it's still a big risk. Not because of the vision, but because of Victor. He's the biggest threat. Raid boss is not down, is what I'm trying to say. He needs to be
Okay.
down.
Dog crate shop. I'm gonna go get a crate today. I'm gonna go get everything from dog crate today. I've been reading up on articles and watching videos for like the past 3 days. I've been looking at every offering and like collecting so many onions and I'm like so many Hi Chinny. I have to get shots too, yeah, and we have to go to once I get the dog, I'm definitely going to the vet just to make sure.
Yeah, your problem. Another problem is I noticed like so you see how he puts 4 points in dangerous and at 1 point in meditation. Look at the mana that you have. If you didn't have that
Yeah.
mastery, most of your time, like most of the time I'm watching you would be spent you backing base. But the thing is, when you're in your jungle, you know that your jungle item also gives you mana regen if you're in the jungle. This is why I'm telling you to full clear a little bit more often because you get a little bit of mana back. Obviously, if you expend a lot of mana, you kind of don't always get it back, but still, like you know what I'm saying. Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
No. So what I would have done is I would have moved to the side to the right to avoid the Nami knockup. That was the more important part to avoid. Because then that set F for everything. Oh my god damn it, dude. Got hit by 2 bubbles today, Jesus. That one was like more of like a damn, that was an unlucky bubble.
Yeah.
No. Zach is up. Like he just respawned. He can move fast. Oh, this is so bad if you do the Baron. Yeah, you guys aren't on the same page. This is a bigger priority. And the reason why it's a bigger priority is because look at bot lane wave. You could easily push up into it and go aggressive after, or just reset base and buy. Okay, you guys get it, that's fine. But look at Maokai's HP. He's not in a position to take it, and you know, like you gotta look at your teammate's HP, like to see if you're in a position to take. Okay, to be fair, this is actually really close. Oh my god, I can't believe this is happening. You're telling me this is gonna go unpunished?
Yeah.
I don't fucking get it. What's with this level of play? Like, is it not warded or some shit? Please, somebody control warden. You guys are all gonna die! Oh my god. Okay, just run! Reset! Base! God, fuck. I cannot believe that happened. So many of your things go unpunished because, like, you don't... Like, look at your CS count. It's 89, but it's like 23 minutes in. It's like... If you get 100 CS, which is 11 more, which is basically your Krugs and this Gromp or something, let him get it, who cares? That would mean that your CS would be 100 at like 23 minutes, which means you're getting like, what? Half of that, so 50 at every 10 minutes. So you get like 5 CS a minute barely. It's really low. CS count isn't very high as much as you need it to be. Because if you had a lot more CS, you would have had, again, you would have finished your Hexdrinker and you would have finished your Warriors a long time ago. And then when your laners take your jungle camps, right? Like, because sometimes your laners will have to take your jungle camps because they're so far behind or they don't have any place to farm safely, so they take your jungle. They'll also realize that you're setting them farther behind too because you haven't done anything.
Okay.
You don't love her, what side of love? Yeah. Dude, it's not a good idea to fall in love with Twitch streamers. Like, seriously, it's really not a good idea to fall in love with Twitch streamers. Because most of the time you're just infatuated and you just... What's up, Dake Me? Do I straighten my hair? Oh, it's naturally straight. Sharpay. Sharpays are so ugly! Copper butt.
Oh, fuck. This is some crazy ass clown face. The question is, how do you not win this game with that team fighting? Alright, look. I'm gonna back up and replay this. Alright. So, first thing is the Maokai ult comes and this thing comes, right? So, you could ignore this, but you kinda can't. Because this is very important. When it comes to team fighting and huge skirmishes like this, everybody's fucking split the fuck up. Like, you got people over here, You got people over here, you got people over here. But it's more important to focus on... You're also a marksman. You have to focus on what's close to you. Let's start. I like that. I like that so much. Oh my god. Nice. So yeah, you go forward as things goes on. Move to the right. Oh, fuck. God damn it. Alright, ace. So take the tower quick. Try your best to take the tower. So here's the thing that it's what we call counter sieging. So when you have Baron, it's best to group. Because everybody has Baron. Even if you go solo, it's fine. But there's really nothing to do solo. Look, like, what the fuck is this gonna do? The fuck is that gonna do? Like, if he goes top, it's fine. If he teleports mid, your goal is to team fight. Cause look, you understood the win condition I told you because he has wave clear. Like, think about a stalemate. The game goes on for like 20 minutes because Victor all he does is E. Oh, can't. You want to siege? E. I'm out of mana. Base, come back. E. Like it's just the fucking repeat of his wave clear capabilities. But you have Baron. He can't just E it in one wave. He actually has to commit to expending 2 E's. All of his mana for one whole wave, and his team has to do as much effort too, because the creeps are just so fucking tanky. So if you kill him and you have Baron, you should just you should be able to take towers for days. You don't have much time though. Remember that Baron is limited in duration. Like he barely was able to kill that one fucking creep. Let's see how much. Oh, you left it, but like you know, I'm trying to see exactly how strong his E is because like the mitigation from the fucking Baron empowered minions buff, like it's insane. Don't take his Krugs. No. You should just push out the top wave. You need to use the Baron to push out as much as possible. Don't just sit around and looking for cheese picks. It's not worth it. You get some... Oh my god. God damn it.
Yeah.
Damn it, dude. Jesus Christ. That's hilarious. Alright, Trogath is doing the right thing by using the remaining duration of his Baron to shove out the wave as far as possible. And by doing this, this means that somebody, by force... Oh my god, your team is just in a great position. Sayonara! Goodbye! It was the prank. She had to try. She has jump. She's killed. Oh my god. Bye! Woo! Kill him! Yeah. Man, I can't believe that they didn't catch the Nami, but that's fine. Okay, so now that you know that your Baron's about to run out, except for you because you have like that little 15% duration, doesn't really matter. It doesn't affect it too much. You should. I think you should go for this. You have flash. You have ulti. Your Hex Speaker, your Ma's up. You should go for this. Aw, actually, you could go for this too. You have a ward here. You know that she's here. Do it. Do it. If she extends any further, you can kill both of them. It depends on your grave style though. Look, she's low mana. You should really. Oh my god, the Zac caught you. Damn. I didn't do as much damage as I expected. Oh, the second half missed. Nice. Yeah, don't let that bitch take it. The fuck's he gonna do with this? 664 thinking that he's actually really important in this game. Fuck that guy. Good shit. Don't let him take your shit, man. So like right now you're kind of resorted to like you have to resort to clearing your fucking your jungle, right? So like you can't really do anything off of that. Oh my god. Okay, so I see how you lose games. Like you guys get smoke here, just go smoke. Yeah. This is fine. Watch out. Oh my god. It's fine. remember. So this entire area has not been warded. I noticed that. Like when you did your wolves here, I mean your raptors here, I noticed that this entire area wasn't warded. If you have a slot in your inventory for this cloth armor, just replace that with a ward slot next time. The cloth armor doesn't really do anything, to be honest. Like, it's only Trist. Like, that doesn't change your combat stats. It's better to just sacrifice that, save that 300 and build something else, and just get a ward. Because then, you see this ward, right? Baron's not up. Like, it will be up soon, yeah. But you should have warded this side first, because Dragon's coming up. Then they took it, then they came down, they ran it down mid. So like you would have vision here so that you know that you don't get picked. Then you move it back over. Then you buy another one and you replace it here. You should always be ready to replace a pink ward. Sometimes I buy a regular pink ward and then I don't have the time or effort to place it because like I can't. And then I end up going back to base again and I have a second pink ward in my inventory because I just buy it instinctively. You should be buying like a lot more pink wards than you think. But you should be placing them whenever you deem it necessary to place them. And you can't just place them willy-nilly. Because if you place them willy-nilly, right? Like just keep placing them like as if they're yellow wards. You're kind of wasting the gold. You got to place them strategically where you think that they're like going to come for a pick. But like you have to you still can't ignore the fact that you got to buy a lot of them. You just can't like drop them like 50 times in a row like it's a retarded spot. Like, don't place it in your own jungle, like, for no reason. Like you have full control of it. Just use the yellow ward or some shit, okay? Head back. Stay out of that. Smoke. I would smoke, like, red around... Oh, man, never mind. Don't smoke. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Malphite, what the fuck? Wait, he has no snare. He has no peel, in fact. Oh, this is really awkward. You're completely zoned out by this. This Victor's fucking retarded. So the goal of Graves is to... No... Kinda. What you're doing is kinda correct. Get him. Dumb bitch. Fucking retard jumping into graves. Oh, fuck. You can do this. Wait. You have your smite up, by the way. Oh, it's too late. So, you have your smite up? Smite up whoever you're trying to hit, because you take less damage from them. You could have won that. There was so many ways you could have played that. Aside from the fact that you don't have warriors, that doesn't really affect anything. You have the red smite, that's one of the most important parts. Remember that it does true damage, it helps you out. So, what you do right here is I'm gonna look at your spell rotation. You're on rotation, you're no longer on rotation. You auto her, dash down. Oh, I like it. Auto dash, instant, I love it. Alright. What the fuck? Oh yeah, that's right, because I have it on replay. So, what you do here is you wait for your reset, it's about to come back up, right? Okay, you try dashing, but it gets negated. That's fucking cool too, game. Oh, you dash forward after, so it's a buffer. Never mind. Smoke the floor. Smoke the floor, so that they have to get out of it. You didn't smoke, so if you smoke the floor, then you backwards.
I did smoke.
Yeah. You smoke to negate some damage. Like, though it's a quarter of a second, because sometimes it's buggy, a quarter of a second can save your life. And the reason why is because that little slow could have allowed you to move a little bit farther, so that she could have like, oh fuck, I gotta get out of this fucking smoke screen. And then you gotta smite. Okay, so you can also, I don't know if it's confirmed or not, but if you smite the Zac, I don't know if you get HP back. So you can smite, but you can smite Zac to almost kill him, or you get one of his blobs for free. Whoa! Wait. Oh my god, what is that? Oh yeah, that's right, that's the new Zac shit.
Yeah, that's the new ulti.
Yeah, it just looks retarded. Alright. So, what you need to... Wait, what the fuck? Wait, you're kind of positioned really weirdly, okay. Alright. So this is a bigger problem that I see. Like, you are grouping and stuff like that, but your goal is... Nami. Yeah. Oh my god! Oh my god! Q. Oh, no, back this way, then Q. Or flash Q. Flash this way, Q this way. Into the wall. I like it. That's it. Yes! Okay, good shit. That's what you need to do. The whole point of Graves is to delete the carries in the backline. You kind of just show up and they can't kill you because you're so fucking tanky and durable. With Death's Dance, the explanation from the Graves main, he said the exact same. Why is she so fucking tanky? See, now because you saw how tanky she was, right? Like you can't like stay in the front line or stay in the backline and just deal with her. Right? Like, there's no fucking way you can just stay on her. Like, you saw how much damage you were able to do to the Tristana. You saw how much damage you were able to do. No, back up. Let the minions come in first. You can't let the backdoor bonus affect you. Like, it's just too much. Cue the wave, yeah. Good shit. Take the tower. Use your dash to as much as you can. No, you gotta use your dash, man. Cause the reason why is just because the sooner you take it, the better. Cause look at this. I hope you rotate to this. This is absolutely free. Oh my god.
No, we went through.
No. This is first of all, you guys just based, right? Like, look, like, I don't know why Vayne's going here, but I think that okay. So this red ping is kind of weird. It's because it's them. Why did they ping me on her? Lol. This was free. You should have taken this tower for free first. This tower was already having a wave ramp to it into the wave. This was much better to take. The next thing that you could do is you can also shove top. You need to get the side lanes rolling so that you force pressure onto that wave. Like, by killing this wave, or this tower, right? Like, the creeps would just stop here, right? And then the enemy just shows up. Oh, I'm Victor. I show up. I press E. It's gone. He has teleport, too. So, if you shove it all the way up here, now they're stuck at their base. Then they're like, fuck, I gotta sit over here and clear this wave, then clear the next wave, then keep going. Plus, you also get global gold for your entire team. And look, your Vayne might be retarded. She's absolutely fucking retarded. But giving her global gold is still something to get her back into the game. You need every ounce of gold that you can get. And your Graves, don't forget your Graves. You also need every ounce of gold that you can get too. Because you gotta get your items. Then, the next thing that comes to play is your vision control of the Baron. Your pink ward is still in existence in the fucking game. It's still here. It's been here for like ages. Nobody fucking clears it because they're retarded. You need to clear this. You have your sweeper up, I'm sure. You need to clear this, but as you're walking there, you should be setting. You should have a help teamo, like, set up vision here. But you guys can't just do the Baron yet. I'm pressing X again. Look at this gold. You need to spend this. You can't just sit on this gold then do the Baron because they've spent all their gold and they're ready to fight. You know what I mean? Like, it's like you cash in your money, then you go to fight. Yeah. You don't just sit on a bunch of money and then go to war when you could have spent money on bigger weapons to help you win the war. Because you're gonna lose. If you do Baron right now, you're gonna lose the battle. If you went bottom lane, then killed the next wave, then checked their jungle, warded up, then backed, then went to Baron, that would have been correct. But I want to see what you do. If you guys go to Baron right now, it's really fucking dangerous. You should straight back. Also, you know that Vayne is not here. Your DPS for Baron is not there. Like, your true DPS, like that, like, helps you clear it fast. Because your goal... Oh my god, they're responding to me. Oh my god, the fucking players at this level of play. Why did they send 2 for you? What the fuck? She's 2 levels down. She's dead. Bye.
Yeah, this guy was an ass.
The thing is, she knows she's dead. There's no point in running. So she should just do as much damage as she can to this player. Because then that forces 2 things. First of all, now they have to stay and clear this wave. Second, as soon as she backs... The moment she backs, she has to stand in the fountain for an extra amount of time. Because she has to sit and heal. Good try. Oh, never mind. She has so much lifesteal that it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
This is... Either way, this is too risky of a call. You guys should have all gone together to rotate together as a team and taken that Baron. I mean, that tower. Because then, even if they did send 2 to respond, would not have done anything. Cause like if they send those 2 to respond, right? And you're as 3 or you're as 2, you and Vayne, just you and Vayne, you guys could have 2v2'd for sure. You smoke screen the Trist, right? She either jumps out or she doesn't. If she doesn't, pew pew, she's dead.
team's turret has been destroyed.
Okay, so what do you value more? Baron, or do you value Elder? Judging by the way your team is functioning, I value Baron over Elder, but you can't ignore either. Like you can't just like go and siege. You can't just make this call. And the reason why is while they have a lot of wave clear on it, like okay, there's the control word. Thanks. That's all I needed to know. As soon as someone placed that word, it's done. So you can't miss your smite on this. Kind of fucked. Deal with her, let her try to tank the Baron. Kill Zac, Zac. No, okay, good. Stay on the Zac. It's free. Good. Now go for. Oh, I like you stepping backwards right there. That's okay, Move down. Okay, never mind. Smoke. If you can smoke. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I still don't understand how you lose this because Victor's dead. Because Victor dying right there is actually key. Now you guys can't push really hard. If you die, you kind of lose the game for yourself because you're the only AD damage dealer. But you guys shouldn't be doing Baron. They have Trist. The Trist is actually kind of fed. This is really awkward, man.
Yeah.
Wait, whoa, what is he doing here? That's really bad. I think you tunneled there.
Yes,
So-
I was watching the other fight.
Yeah, so the whole thing with this, like, look, this is good, right? And they have 2 super minions ready to ramp up. You should heal up and buy as many items as you can, then just charge in. Yeah, Phantom Dancers is fine. Your build is completely fine, and then you bought your warriors now. Like, that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god, man, Jesus. Don't buy a dagger, by the way. If you ever bought a dagger, I'd be kind of mad. Because, you need to buy, yeah, they got the Baron. This is really bad. So this is how, I guess this is how it ends. Because now you guys don't have wave clear at all. You guys, I hope you realize that you have no wave clear. Like you have to use all your mana, and it's still not enough on Graves.
Yeah.
You can't wave clear this. Like as soon as you handed them this Baron, I think that the way you should have played it was, you know when you guys were you guys were like prepping to fight a Baron. Just don't do the Baron in general until you have killed Victor, and then or kept Victor at bay. But like you gotta get you gotta get more vision on the map with your sweeper, like just so that they can't see you do the fucking Baron. And if you're gonna sneak it, you need to have your team there. You should have waited for, because Cho'Gath and I think Vayne were not at the battlefield, so like this is where you lose the fight. Oh my god. So there's no vision in that bush, and then they're trying to deny vision. It's really awkward, and then you guys are in a bad position. Yeah, now your tank and your 80 carrier are down. What do you do now? Okay, it's over. So the problem was that, like, yes, you got so fucking fed. In fact, your farm is actually not that bad in the late game. Like, you started farming a lot more. Oh my god. Oh, my fire damage. Alright, rip. Your farm, like, increased, like, as the game went on. I like that. But, like, the way you were keeping pace with the enemy jungler is not, like, how it should be done. Remember that Graves is not, like, one of those, like, proactive gankers. Like, you only gank when it was free. But, like, it has to be guaranteed kills. That's not a gank. Isn't a gank if you just burn the summoners. Like, it's not enough. If you burn just the summoners, just tax the guy. You need to push the wave so you deny the creeps. Also remember that this is a double teleport team comp. That's why I was thrown off by the a single teleport. I'm like, wait, Poppy's dead. Oh yeah, Victor can TP. Or Victor was dead and Poppy can TP. So what you should be doing is you should be pushing especially the solo lanes, you should be pushing them down. And the reason you should be pushing them down is because they have double teleport team comp. You gotta force that teleport to be burnt ASAP. So the next thing that goes down the line is that when you came to your early game, you fell behind. Like, technically, if you're not ahead of the jungler, you're behind. There's no I'm even with the jungler, because that's not how Graves works. What you should be doing is you should be completely ahead of the fucker. And how do you get ahead of the guy? You kind of just have to farm a little bit more. Like, if you don't think that the gank is a guaranteed kill or an extremely high probability of a kill, like if they're at low HP, both of them, like in the bot lane, and you show up and you fucking auto Q auto, or just get a quick 3 combo off, then run them down with stormraiders and you're done. Then you shouldn't really show up to them in the first place. It's not like worth your time.
Okay.
The next thing is your build. Obviously, your warrior comes first.
Yeah, that
Like,
was
it's
so
super
stupid.
core. Like, you have it set up like right here, but then you bought the death stance, and I was kind of confused about that. And while death stance is really good, you gotta value the other fucking item too.
Yes.
Um, See, like this build doesn't really change your damage output like at all. Like, your damage is still fucking huge. Your goal is to go into the backline and fuck people up. I noticed that you didn't do as much damage as I expected. I was kind of confused about that. You are killing the backline though, but they're really tanky. So what you should be doing is, for the most part, you should try to get onto the Tristana, then auto Q auto her and just blow her up really fast. Same thing with the Nami. Like, you saw how much damage you were able to do to the Nami and the Tristana. You were huge. You just didn't take advantage of that 100%. Graves is just supposed to show up into the backline, then fuck up the opponents, and then immediately after screwing them over, you kind of get onto the tanks. If you're basically like a tanky ass damage dealing AD carry instead of being just a regular AD carry. Like, you're not Vayne where you go in and straight up int like she did like over there. Like, but the game wasn't on her. Like, most of it is just like, yeah, she's fucking retarded in this game, but like, one, she still did a little bit more damage than you, and two, though she has 16 deaths, like, that doesn't really matter because like she still wasn't wasn't a key factor to why we lost the game. The key factor to why we lost the game was the correct amount of objective control that was offered in the game. So your objective control is a little lacking because you don't
Yeah.
punish the opposing players enough. Like, when you get a gank off, you don't push the lane. That's a key factor about being a jungler, by the way. When you gank, you don't push the lane. Second, you don't take enough of your farm. Like, you gotta take your jungle camps just so that they don't fall under level. So that if you do take up those jungle camps later, or someone else does, they need to get more exp. Because having I think there's a jungle creeps. Like, let's see, there's neutral creeps in here it is. Oh, okay. Where's the part where they told me about my exp? Wait, I could just go I think I just have to go to it. Yeah. Based on level difference. Like, the difference in
I
levels,
see.
you see, like if you're 7 levels up on the creeps and you haven't done it for a very, very, very long time, it becomes a big problem. Like, you don't get the true value of it, you know?
I see.
It's
Yes,
not
I
it's
see.
not worth it. Like you for each level below the Raptors. The fuck is this? Um, you need to always keep up with your because like think about it like if you get more EXP then you can get more levels. Also they give you more gold, so that helps you if you're behind. You know, stay back afloat into the game.
One
And
question. I saw this guy last weekend playing against SKT using the green ward, the
as a
tricker's
Warriors, right?
knife. Yes,
It's
uh-huh.
it's competitive. So the
On
reason why they do
Graves.
it is because they value vision more than they value vision because they can't make plays. Red
Yeah.
Smite is always better in solo queue because you're out there to deal damage. You don't need the vision. You should have enough vision
Mm,
by just buying your own pink wards. Like
okay.
that's on you because you only bought 2 control wards. I like this one. You bought 5 even though you lost. I mean you tried. Like the games that you win, you should be buying a little bit more control wards. Like it's fine.
Okay.
Cigar. I don't think Cigar's been playing this week. Um, no, it wasn't. I got my cigar. It's
I want my cigar. Yeah.
yeah. This is his other account, but this isn't. It's because it's not the account name. It's when he's play. Oh, he literally just fucking played a game. All right, that's pretty cool
Wow.
too. Oh, he played against Autolycus too. This is the challenger, the 2-time challenger Swain one trick. I know him because I play a lot of
Mm,
Swain. Wow, he just beat that guy. I think he knows why because me and him duo a lot, and like you just have to camp the Swain. I'm pretty sure he camps Swain. But like you see his score. Why the fuck did he build this? What the fuck? I gotta ask him why he built that. So he's running attack. You know,
wow.
same thing. But look, he rushed warriors. Boots.
Mm-hmm.
He started. Remember what I told you? He started right. He starts with this and he
Yeah.
spends this because he knows that he can't take damage in the jungle because he's just done Graves so much that he doesn't take damage. He's bought 2 control wards, but he bought 2 control wards and he has 6.2 CS a minute. Whereas in this game you had 4.2. See, like your CS count is definitely going up from the last time. I'm seeing major improvement because the last time you didn't have that much, like 3.8. You're averaging
Mm-hmm.
3 to 4 CS. It's still the same number, but it's because like you're ganking more and you're doing a lot more presence in team fights, and that's great. But again, that's not where his early game strength lies. Because if a bad early game goes on for Graves, you're kind of screwed.
Yeah, that's
Just a
correct.
heads up on that. Like it's kind of over if you have a bad early game. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is your calls for like the barons and the free ones. So as we
Mm-hmm.
watched it, right? The first thing that you did was after you pushed mid, you guys wanted to do baron. I saw so many pings on baron. That's not optimal. You got before you even call the baron, right? You got to check like there's mid, here's top, here's bottom. You got to look at you got to look at where your minion waves are first. Because by the you got to consider that after you siege all this mid, you must have taken a tower, so that's global gold. You must have taken other objectives, that's global gold. Is
Mm-hmm.
there a wave crashing into this tower? If so, do you think you guys can get there from here to here faster than the enemy can get from here to here? Probably, because they're dealing with your giant minion wave mid. If they deal with your giant minion wave mid, then they're not going to be able to deal with this. You regroup with this, take this for free, then you base. Resetting or basing is actually really key to something that you haven't been doing. Like,
Mm.
it's you need to base in order to reset your gold, in order to get back, to buy items, then you can make a play because you're always sitting around like 1.8 to 2k gold. I saw how much, like we checked twice. You had 2200 gold after you know siege bot lane down here with your laners, and you didn't back. And then you had another 1800 gold when you walked towards Baron, and you guys didn't do anything with that. That was like 4000 gold left unspent, and that's a lot of items. Like you can get components. Everything helps. And it's very and when you're setting up for Baron especially, you came into this place without having wards ready. The thing is your teammates came in and they warded too. But like that's okay for them, but like it's not on them. It's not their responsibility to ward things that you have control of. Example, you're the one that needs to smite Baron, so you should be the one to ward it and prep for it in the first place. So you could have taken this tower, based, and done a smooth rotate, what we call a smooth rotation. So you go from here to here to base to here. You see, that's all one fluid motion. But instead,
Mm.
what would have happened was here to here, then back to base, then Like what the fuck? Because then like
Yes.
you gotta set it up like that. And remember that with your Baron buff, like you gotta group a lot more because like the opposing team has to not be able to uh respond to your Baron aggression because like with the amount of wave clear that Victor possesses, it's kind of like playing against the Xerath. When Xerath has a lot of pressure, like Xerath's pressure comes from him having just too much wave clear. If he dies, it's done. Like you just keep pushing. If they have two wave clear champions, which is kind of awkward, like it's gonna be rough. But like you kill Xerath and it's done. You killed Victor and it was done because when Victor gets enough damage to wave clear, it's just gonna be way too difficult for you to deal with. Like you can see, right? Like when you guys sieged mid earlier, like when the whole team fight shit ensued, all he did was wave clear. But then when you got Baron, you killed 4 people. Like you see how easy it was.
Yeah.
It's actually insane. So what I would like you to work on, aside from your, okay, so your ganks, you didn't really get anything off of them. Like
Yes.
you did not get a kill. You only got summoners. You got them low, but you never farmed. So there's so many conditions. If you're gonna gank, farm. If you're gonna gank, you gotta farm it out. If you're gonna not gank, farm your jungle, not the lanes, but your jungle. I just want your CS count to be just a little bit higher in the early game, by controlling your jungle a little bit more. You should still be invading, etc., but when you're invading, you gotta ward. Like, you can't just, like, not ward, because if you don't... There's also another trick, that I didn't get to show you. So, let's say you were back at the enemy's red. So, here's their raptor camp. Here, this is fucking great. And then here's their red buff, right? Red raptors. Then here's the bush. Then there's, like, this big-ass wall right here, and then there's another bush, right? And then there's a bush here, and then there's a bush here, and then there's the ramp with a plant right here to get to it, right? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes,
So
yes,
remember when I
yes.
told you options 1, 2, and 3, right? So, oops. Option 1 was you just do the red and then you go back into here. Remember, like as soon as you see Zach, press tab, so you know what camps he's taken. He had 4 CS, and he's level 2, which means he did 1 plus 3, right? That's
Yes.
wolves and wolves and blue, right? So
Yeah.
what you could have done is you could have just taken this, or taken this and then the Krugs. The safer bet would be to do the Krugs as fast as possible, and then you get out for free. But another thing you could have done is you could have stood here, right? Like, you could have taken option 2 route and go here, but what you could do is you can also do option 3 and option 2 at the same time. What you do is, before even taking your red, you go through here, right? Walk all the way this way. Safely. Ward. Go this way. Take him out. Get it?
Yeah, get
Because
it.
then if you ward from behind, then he's in here. He won't... It's very unlikely that they'll respond to this ward. Like, they'll see the animation. If they do, then you should run. But, like, really run. Like, run the fuck out of there. But, like, it's really rare. It's like a 50-50 shot. But if he's not there, then you take the Raptors, and then you take the red. If you can't. If you can't, then just take the red, because that's the biggest priority. Then take the Raptors. If you can't take the Raptors, don't take the Raptors. Like, you get the idea.
Yes, I get it. I'll try that.
So, that's another thing that you should be actively ready for. Another thing that you should be actively ready for is just people coming into your jungle and shit like that. When you invade, like, again, your goal is to 1v1 the other enemy jungler. Like, but 1v1ing them doesn't mean killing them over and over again. Yeah, that's a plus, but that doesn't mean just going in and then just like, making them int. You can 1v1 them by setting them so far behind that they're forced to make desperate ganks, right? So let's say you're 2 levels up. Like, let's say you're level 9 Graves. Where's my mouse? You're level 9 Graves and he's level 7. Now he ganks, but you're stronger. You kill them both. Now you're level 10, or now you're level 10, and he's still level 7. Like, you know what I mean? Like, your goal is to out-level them and then you fuck them up. Then you just keep taking his jungle over and over and over again. But all of this stems down to the same things: farming up and taking their jungles and just like being really like aggressive. But you don't really gank as much as people think on Graves. Why do they do it in competitive? It's just kind of weird. Like, they should be farming on Graves, and the thing is, they do farm on Graves. It just makes it look but because like the way that the things are working, like it doesn't look like he's really farming on Graves, but he's actually pretty much farming on Graves. Like most people are farming on Graves. So
Okay.
that's pretty much in short.
Perfect.
Okay, so for once, this session is fucking recorded, and I'll have it uploaded. I'll have it uploaded probably next week, like because it takes a while to render. But yeah, I'll let you know as soon as possible. I didn't expect it to crash on me. Like it just straight up like I can't access the files. So Graves Main just says that like you don't need to be you just need to stay alive and deal damage, and you don't and you kind of farm it out. Like you saw his CS count, right? It's just
Yeah, it's crazy.
it's just really high. The 100 still uh bewilders me, but like it's he is the one trick, and he can get to masters this season. He's pretty damn close to masters, by the way. So yeah, it's gonna be a good climb.
Okay.
So farm up more. Uh, with your damage output, I didn't see the storm raiders into maximum effect. So when it comes to ganking, be sure that you're ready to proc your storm raiders, right? Like your damage was too slow for storm raiders to proc, so it didn't proc. You understand?
Yes.
It just means that you're not using your combos fast enough, or you're not queuing the
I
wall for it to pop instantly.
Yeah, I have to work on my combos. I'm not
Yes, yeah.
quite sure on that
It
yet.
just means
Yes.
you gotta play more. Like it's just you're gonna get used to practicing a lot of graves. Like you gotta get used to practicing a lot of graves. It's just how it's gonna work. There's
Exactly.
no like half-assing it either. Like while I don't see you playing a lot of ranked games, that's fine. It's still getting into the use of the champion. Like when we talked last time, the warlords thing. Like you see the difference between warlords and storm raiders. I feel like you prefer storm raiders a lot more than warlords, because warlords doesn't really do anything for you. Like you only get it
Yes.
for like you literally get this same amount of move speed for like 10 times the duration.
Hmm.
It's not equally as worth it as it is for anybody else.
That's correct.
So farm more, work on your combos, and watch your objective control. Take more of your like when I say farm more, don't just farm your jungle. By the way, if you're gonna practice farming, don't just farm your jungle. Like start like going into like into lanes to take farm. If the laner isn't there and the farm like is able to be taken, just take it. Like CS is CS, man. Like you gotta remember that. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
So then,
Perfect. Thank
yeah.
you, Daniel.
Yeah, no problem. I'll see you next time if you're still like working on your graves. You still need some help with objective control, Baron control, etc., etc. Your Baron call, like, I honestly still can't believe that your Baron call actually went through, because like that's not something I would do unless like I knew exactly where everybody was, which is basically comes down to the more important part of the game. More vision control means that you have an idea of where everybody is, etc., etc. But what the freaking hell, man? Like, I cannot believe that it actually came out. But like, it's what you did with it afterwards. Like, most of the time, like, you can't go. Remember what I said? You can't just go into the jungle as Graves and just like sit there for free. Like, you kind of waste the Baron duration. You got to show up into lanes and use as much of it as possible.
Okay.
All right.
Good.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Daniel.
Good luck, man. I'll see you.
See you.
Next time.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye. Alright guys, thanks for watching. That was my Graves commentary. Our last time, basically our session didn't go off, and I am about to hopefully get it working this time. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.